It's our area pin. That's so
Deepa just
awesome.
got back from career conference, y'all. She got to go last weekend.
Oh,
Yep, she
neat.
did.
I think this is
Oh,
the first one I've missed.
well,
So,
there are so many people on here. So excited to see you, Carrie. Well, they're in different places this year too, so it wasn't as easy for some of us to get to those. But for those of you who did or have registered or are going, we are so proud of you.
hey, Dominguez, keep saying hi.
Oh,
Lisa,
Lisa's going this weekend. That's exciting.
awesome.
All right. Well, you guys, Kerry Buskirk, let me tell you a little bit about her. Carrie started her Mary Kay business 1 year after she got married in 1972. I was 1 year old when Carrie joined Mary Kay. I can't even hardly believe it because we look the same age. Carrie has earned a Mary Kay career card, you guys. Every year since she became a director, every 2 years, she has earned the use of a Mary Kay career pink Cadillac. And then she, as an NSD, she got one every 2 or 3 years, depending on which car she took.
And you
But there
didn't
was
have
a
to earn
little,
it.
yeah, and she didn't have to earn it. Once you're a national, you don't have to earn them. They just give you one every couple of years, by the way. So that's pretty exciting, something to look forward to. But she earned one as a sales director every 2 years until she debuted as a national sales director in 1994. Well, she debuted on stage in 94, I believe, right, Carrie?
Yes.
94. Yes. And she, as a national sales director, they just give you a brand new free car every 2 or 3 years, depending on which one you choose. Now,
Right.
Carrie's driven, she's famous for the Roadster. That's the little convertible. And
Yeah.
she turned lots of heads, and I'm sure she'll tell you about it. Didn't matter if it was little kids, women, cowboys, it didn't matter. That car was a babe magnet, every kind of babe magnet. So,
Right.
but Carrie worked her business diligently, and she was able to retire her husband Mike at as she was building her national area. You guys, and he was able to be a stay-at-home dad with their kiddos, and they worked in the same office, right across the desk from each other for many,
Right.
many, many years. And so he was able to retire from his career in construction and really travel with her if they wanted to travel and work and take the kids along. There were many times she came to New Mexico when I lived
Yes.
there, and the kids came and played, all of our kids played together. It was so fun. Um,
And Jimmy
and
too.
yeah, it's unbelievable. So she has Jake, who has two babies,
Yes.
and he lives in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Two babies, you guys, all the way across the planet.
I
And
know.
Carrie gets to go over there and visit, and it's quite beautiful over there and a great place to
Like
raise
America
babies.
in the 50s.
Yeah, yeah, which we'll take, right?
Yep.
And then
That's right.
she also has her beautiful Jenna, who lives right there in Kansas near her. And
Right.
Jenna and her husband are they've become foster parents and are fostering babies, but that's
Yes.
kind of fun to watch. But anyway, Carrie's a treat. She has seen the world, you guys, on Mary Kay's dime. She has traveled all across the globe, the continent, first class on Mary Kay's dime as both a sales director, where she earned 6 first class trips. And then as a national sales director, that's just part of the job. You just
Yeah.
get to go on these trips. It's so fun. So she's been to places like Bermuda. She's been to New York City, but you guys, and her picture was on the marquee thing in Times Square, which I think is so cool.
Yes.
I got to go on a really special trip to Chicago with Carrie that we
Yeah.
earned, and we've been to meet Mary Kay many times because we did our 10 show week in Dallas, Texas. But she's been to Australia, she's been to Vienna, where she saw the Vienna Boys Choir perform, which is a big deal. She's seen castles. She's been to Paris. She's been to Hawaii several times, Spain, Italy. She got to see Les Miserables
Tahiti.
on
Tahiti was my
Haiti.
first one.
Haiti. Oh my gosh. And then
Tahiti. Oh my.
she's been to China. She has been all over the world. And like I said, first class. We just got back from a trip to Hawaii that we had to pay for, and it was very expensive. And I will tell you, it wasn't, we paid first class prices, but it wasn't first class treatment like Mary Kay would have done. So, what a beautiful glimpse. And she's the most humble, kindest, respected person in Mary Kay. People love Carrie, and she's funny. She's hilarious, which you're going to get to find out, and you'll find out too. She puts her pantyhose on mostly the same way, but a little bit different than all of us. But it's 1 foot at a time, and she does what it has take. She's done what it's she did what she needed to build her national area and to grow her business. And I'll tell you, she's tenacious. She would travel across the United States of America to go help her people, and Mike couldn't hold her back. If she said she was going, he said, "Okay, which suitcase do you want to take? Let's pack it up and figure it out." So he was always so supportive of her. But and you guys, in Carrie's career, she's earned over $5 million. So she's a Mary Kay multimillionaire.
I
Just
don't know
getting
where it is.
She doesn't know where it went. But anyway, Carrie, it is such an honor and such a privilege to have you on here tonight, and just you know, to bask in your greatness, and what a legacy you have left for all of us, and what an example you have been to all of us, and what a great friend you are to all of us. And I'm going to get emotional, but we love you so much, and I want our girls to see you. I want them to see Mary Kay. I want them to see the heart of Mary Kay. I want them to see your heart, and I want them to see what's possible when you don't give up, because you, my friend, are a result of just never giving up.
Right.
And you are someone who loves this company with your whole heart, because you got it right from the beginning. So, Carrie, enlighten us. Tell us what we need to know. Give us the magic tricks, the magic sauce, and all the things. We're so excited. And thank you so much, friend, for being on here tonight and sharing your heart.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. I've been retired for a few years now, but the stories never go away. And so I told Rebecca some of the things I was going to talk about. And I love seeing Jenny Enlow on here, top director. She and Rebecca are amazing and have been wonderful to work with and be friends with and stay in their home and see their children. And I love you both dearly. I mean, I miss you so much. So, but I'm privileged to be with your people. And, you know, you can learn about Mary Kay, everything from watching the videos and going to the meetings and things like that. But there's things that when other people experience, but I'm so glad that I have some stories to share with people, because when I started, I was 19 and I was a waitress in a pancake house in Tucson, Arizona. And the lady who was the hostess invited me to a Mary Kay meeting, and I think she must have tricked me or something. But anyway, I got in, and I was the most excited person. I was obnoxious. I was, so excited. I mean, when I met Mary Kay for the first time, which was during that first year, I couldn't even stop talking. I just thought, I've got to say something. I said, Mary Kay, my name is Kerry Buskirk, and and I just couldn't. And she's like very calm. She goes, yes. Oh, I'm so happy to meet you. And, I was just rattling on because I was very young, and I had met movie stars before. I got to go on a private tour with my uncle, who um, was the head of a big company, and he got us in a limo to go through Universal Studios, and we met everybody that was on TV that was from Universal Studios, and none of them were like Mary Kay, because she was so warm. She didn't have any airs about her that she was important. I mean, some of those movie stars said, I know you want a picture, and it's like, I didn't wanted to say, no, not really, but no, I didn't really do that. I was pretty excited. But Mary Kay always looked in your eye. She never looked away if something was distracting. If she was talking to you, you were her subject, and she never bragged on herself. She always made you feel like you were the important. And that was one of her mottos, was make people feel important. And, I didn't feel important, but she made me feel that way. And I had no idea that when I signed that agreement that I would end up going to the very top in Mary Kay and being a national sales director. I had no idea. But I've been with Mary Kay, about 54 years, if you count my retirement. And I worked another job many years and did my Mary Kay just part-time, but I always went to the meetings. I always went if they had career conference. I would get off work and I would go because I wanted to learn and I wanted to be like some of the people that I was meeting that were directors because I didn't have a college education. I talked too much. And so I didn't really have anything that could take me anywhere else but, just regular jobs. And with Mary Kay, I've gotten to travel with the world, like Rebecca just told you, and they've taken some nice trips too. Jenny and Rebecca are two of the top people in my whole area, and I'm so proud of them and they carry on Mary Kay's goal and my goal, and we still keep in touch, not as often as I'd like to, but when I'm retired, I'm not out and about all the time, but I do some traveling and go be with my girlfriends and so on. But I want to tell you the highlights, I think, that were important to me is, what people can't do now is getting to meet Mary Kay. So she told us that she wanted us to represent her. And so I want you to know that every single one of you, no matter how much you've done or what you haven't done, you deserve recognition and people to notice you and your director to know who you are. And I know that they know who every one of you are. And some of you are probably like I was, well, I haven't done that much yet. But the thing is, yet can be a really big word because I said yet for many years. And then all the things that I told people I was going to do and wanted to do, I did do. Only with the support of people like Rebecca and Jenny and my other sales directors and Francie Macbeth, who also became a national sales director and was my best friend and scared to death that she'd never had a job before. And so, you can't cram 50 some years into one evening, and it would take me a year to tell you everything. But the most important things are what will hold you back. You can see what will take you where you want to go. It's written out for you in your consultant's guide. It tells you exactly how to get where you want to go. And your director encourages you to do those things and has contests and meetings with you, and she believes in you. There wasn't ever anybody that came into my unit that I didn't believe in. But the thing is, I had to understand that sometimes people couldn't believe in themselves. And I was one of those for a while. But when I got started, I was so overly excited being 19 years old. And I don't know why I was so excited. But I got to meet Mary Kay right away. And I would talk at work and talk, 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 talk. And, when she met me, she looked right in my eye and she said, "Oh, I'm so proud of you for being part of our company. And I want you to go as far as you can go." And she was just so real, more real than a lot of people that I've met in my lifetime that had airs about them. She didn't have any. She didn't have any barrier between her and her love for people and for her people. And it was just a privilege to get to meet her, but you won't have that opportunity. But the thing is, she left behind the national sales directors and the directors to share what she shared with us so that you could feel the same way. And Jenny and Rebecca are top directors and they've had pink Cadillacs, I don't know how many, but you kind of forget after as many years as I've been in. And so the most important thing is you have to believe that the company is real, that it's not fake, that there's no gimmick, there's nothing to trap you. They're not going to take all your money because if you buy something for $1 and sell it for 2, you're not losing any money, ladies, let me tell you, unless you don't ever sell anything. And, that you can still sell it to people, even if you don't continue with it. You never can be stuck with your product. And I would hope that you would want to share it with other people because it's an amazing product. When I tell people that I'm 73, they don't believe it. But it helps a little because I used to weigh 210 and now I'm down to 130. And it took me all the years I've been in Mary Kay to get motivated to do that. But I did work my business because people didn't judge me. Mary Kay always said, if you gave her candy or something, she'd say, which hip do you think this would look the best on? Because she was a little chubby herself. So you can overcome whatever it is that's holding you back. Work through it. Be what you are until you're what you want to be. That's my own saying. I just thought of it tonight. Be who you are until you what you want to be. Because who you are is enough. But you have to open your mouth. This is the only way that we can show people our product is through sharing what we believe about it. And I've had people say, oh, is it a cult? Or say, no, we don't worship Mary Kay. Mary Kay is a godly woman. We don't worship her. We just love working for her, working our businesses because she treats people well. She gives so many prizes and things that women will work for. I don't think most women really work for the money. They come in for the money or they go to a job for the money. But when you get recognition and somebody knows who you are and what you've done, even as a new consultant at my meeting, my director would bring me up front and introduce me to everybody and tell them what I was doing. And we need that because our women have a problem with confidence so many times. And so Mary Kay taught us to just build ourselves up and build other people up, not to be bragging, but to encourage people and let them know that we believe in them. There's never been anybody that came into my unit or my own personal recruits that I didn't believe could do as much or more as me. But my problem was getting them to believe that they could do it, especially if they saw me after I won a pink Cadillac and I was a national director. They didn't see me when I was wearing overalls and t-shirts and granny glasses and an orange and brown poncho and trying to tell people that I was a Mary Kay consultant. They're like, oh yeah, well, you don't quite look like it. But my director taught me how to dress and how to wear little jewelry. And I've won some very nice jewelry. And prizes motivated me. So if they said, if you do this, you'll get this. Well, I wanted those things because my jobs that I worked at, I was so loyal and always there. I spent sometimes weeks without having a day off. And I never got anything from any of those bosses except, can you come in today and work for somebody that it didn't show up? So what do? You have to drop the fear. Most people don't have confidence. I didn't start with confidence. I couldn't try out for a school play. I said one word and then ran off the stage. I was so scared. But with Mary Kay, I just worked with one person at a time. And, if you don't ask someone in the right way, like these are simple things, ladies, but sometimes when we've been in Mary Kay a long time, we forget it. But you have to say the right words. So wipe out the words, would you like to? Would you be interested in? Do you want to? Those are going to get no's because they don't know what you're offering them. So the best way is to just be excited about what you're doing. You don't have to tell people what you're making. Nobody starts out any job with the top income. But the thing is, there's no place to go in so many jobs. Where can you go besides entry level or maybe a manager or whatever? But you can't go and then have your family and be able to work whenever you want to and be able to increase your income by just maybe not working more, but working smarter and opening your mouth. This is the key. Your mouth is your key. Compliment people, sincere compliments. You have such pretty eyes. I'm with Mary Kay, and I would love to show you some Mary Kay and show you what you could do with your eyes to even enhance them more. And it's free. You don't have to buy anything. We just have, makeovers, or you can have a party and have some friends in, and you don't have to promise me anything. I'll just help them look good. And then if they want something, they can take it home. Just don't be afraid. Get past the fear because they're more scared than you are. And assure them that all they have to do is try the product. You're just showing it people. When you go into a dress shop and you try on a dress, you don't get pressured to buy it. I've never been pressured to buy it. I've had people say, oh, that really looks good on you. Do you like how it looks good on you? And so on. But just be yourself. And you can tell somebody, I'm kind of scared to ask you this, but I'm with Mary Kay and I love it so much. And you have such pretty skin. I would love to show you Mary Kay at no pressure at all. You can just try it. It's a wonderful product. And I used to sell cosmetics in the drugstore at minimum wage. And I never got trained about the product, but now I know about what the product can do. And so when you go to your first training, you're learning everything that you need to know to go as far as you want to go. If you look in your guide and see what it takes, look and see what it takes to become a national, and then you start at the bottom and you can go fast or you can go. My Francie Macbeth, my spinoff national sales director. I mean, she started Mary Kay. She had worn the product, but nobody had ever asked her about being a Mary Kay. And she saw a picture of a diamond ring that you could get if you had so many team members. You can do sales or you can do team building or you can do both, which is the best way. And she saw a picture of this diamond ring and she said, how do you get that? And I said, you have to be number one in the company. And she said, how do you do that? And I said, I'll show you. And I told her what she needed to do, and she did it. And she was number one in the company her first year. And she became a director, which she didn't want to be. She didn't have the confidence, but I believed in her. And your director believes in you totally. She's just got to help you get out of your own way. And you have to help yourself get out of your own way. And so, what's a no? What if somebody says, no, I tried that years ago and I didn't like it? So I'm sorry, but you didn't try it from me. And the products changed a lot and improved a lot. When I started, it was bare minimums, but now we're recognized in many magazines and books. And Mary Kay has become famous when she was still living, and it's a great career opportunity. But nobody starts at the top. Just start by having a makeover and see if you like the product. And women are natural sellers, you know. If they like something, if you like a dress shop you went to, you go tell everybody, oh, this shop is so great and they're so helpful. We're natural because we like to talk, most of us. Maybe not in front of people, not in a podium or a microphone when we first start Mary Kate. But who knows where you'll go? You'll go as far as you can go. And then Mary Kay says, then you can see farther. And that's because your director's going to help you see. And she believes in you. And I believe in them. And so you don't have to touch anybody. They're going to put their own makeup on. You're just guiding them how to do it at a makeover or a party. It's just that the way you ask, do you want to? Would you like to? Would you be interested? You're going to get a no. But how about we get together and do a makeover? It doesn't cost anything. You're not obligated to buy anything, but you can try the products all on and see how they look on you. When I worked in the drugstore, nobody could try anything on. If they did, it was in a tray that other people had touched. Who would want to put that on your face? And so I just listened to my director, and she just kept telling me that you can do it, Carrie. You can do it. And then finally, I believed in her, and I would take a little step forward, and then she'd say, now you can do more. And then I would go a little farther. And finally, I got to her position in the company. I got as far as she got. But I was a waitress in a pancake house wearing overalls and t-shirts and granny glasses and an orange and brown poncho. And I went into beautiful suits that Mary Kay had. And some people stay where they're at forever, but they still love their Mary Kay. If I had not gotten where I am today, I would have loved my Mary Kay, but I'd be working somewhere else, probably even now. Most of my friends who are my age haven't been retired very long, and they didn't have the kind of income that I was privileged to have. And the free cars, you know, I never had to buy a car. We could get Mike, you know, whatever he wanted. And he wasn't a person that bought a real expensive car. He liked a truck, and he was in construction, and he liked that. And I did retire him. But he still wanted to do, he was an artist too, and our home is filled with paintings that people go, now, what was he thinking when he built that, when he, you know, got that? And unfortunately, I lost my husband a few years ago, and I miss him greatly. He was my biggest supporter. Even when I started, when he didn't know whether I could do well, he still supported me and encouraged me. And then I was able to let him quit his job, and we just lived on Mary Kay. Now, is everybody going to do that? No, because they won't believe that they could. But I saw my director go from being a director and retiring her husband and becoming a national sales director. And she was an introvert, and I'm not. I'm an outgoing person. I didn't like to speak in public. I told you I couldn't try out for a school play, but I could say, hi, my name is Carrie to anybody. And I still like to smile at people when I'm out in public and say, hi, how are you doing today? Sometimes people just need that. You're offering something just by smiling at people and having a smile yourself because a lot of people don't have it. These are very simple things. And that's what I wanted most to talk to you about is there's nothing that you could want in Mary Kay that you can't reach. If you believe and you listen to your director, she's not lying to you. She's not going to tell you what you can do if she doesn't believe you can do it. She wouldn't do that. She might tell you that you have to, like my director did, maybe you need to go out and get an outfit that you feel really good in and pay a little bit more. Get a dress with a jacket so you can feel professional. And maybe people will listen to you more because you're only 19 and, you don't want to have all clients who are 19 years old. So I did. I went out and I bought myself a dress with a jacket and I felt successful. And so it doesn't take a lot and wear your makeup, wear your product. Um, but most important is your smile. But I've never met a Mary Kay consultant that I thought was makeup was overdone. I hope you don't think mine is. I've got my red lipstick on because I have on a red shirt. But I do a pretty simple routine. But I have good skin for being 73 because I see my friends that don't use Mary Kay and they haven't taken care of their skin. And I never went to bed without my Mary Kay on, I'll tell you. But also just the confidence that you get. You pass that on to your kids. I think my kids believed they could do anything, and they have done what they wanted to do. And they had Mary Kay people all along to encourage them. Hi, Natalie. Thank you. Um, Mary Kay people paid attention to them and asked them how they were doing, and they got to go to seminar with me after I had gone a little farther. I couldn't afford to when I first started, but they were very young then, and or maybe not even here yet because I was late having children. I had Jenna when I was 42 and Jake when I was 36. So um, they came home from the hospital in pink Cadillacs. But so see, I wasn't a fast mover, but I didn't quit. I never even gave that any thought because I knew what the potential was because I saw it in my director. And I tried not to think I can't be her because she was an introvert. I talk a lot. I've said to people, I think air is wasted if it's not filled with my voice, is what my teacher said one time. But I didn't get in trouble for talking when I was in Mary Kay. So that's the thing that I wanted to tell you most is you can learn how to do everything if you don't even have a director close by. Go to meetings if they're close by. Read your consultant book. Read Mary Kay's autobiography if you can still find one. Learn as much as you can, but don't wait till you've learned everything to do anything. All you have to say is, I'm new with Mary Kay and I have to show the product to 5 people this week. And nobody has to buy, but I have to be able to show people how to take care of their skin. And, I'd love to have a time with you, no obligation to you. Could we get together for an hour or so and have a smile? Make them feel important. If you go to their home, notice their kids, say hi to them, notice their husband. He's going to ask you some questions because he sees you coming in there. And if you only have one good outfit that you can wear, you're not going to do a party for the same people twice. Maybe later if they've on the product, but you're always going to be seeing new people. So they won't know because you'll wear what you wear to work if you work. And when you don't work, you'll get dressed up and your kids will go, wow, mom. And your husband will go, wow, honey. And you'll go and people that you know will look at you and say, oh my goodness. I said, well, I just wear what I wear at home, but this is my Mary Kay outfit. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel professional. I've just got a sparkly blouse on today. It's only sparkly in one place, but it looks professional and I would wear it all day at home. It's not something I couldn't. It's lightweight and nice. So you don't have to have a lot of things to wear because the same people aren't going to see you every week except them at the meetings. And at the meetings, you want to earn your red jacket. And you probably, if you see your directors as someone that you admire and you'd love to have their job, then you'll be able to wear a director's suit. She'll tell you every step of the way what to do. And the only thing that's really in your way is your confidence, your belief in yourself. And it's kind of rude for your director to tell you how much she believes in you and you to say, "Oh no, I don't." That's not, we don't take a compliment like that. We say, "Oh, thank you." And it builds your confidence. Because if she believes you, and believe me, she doesn't say it to everybody except when they're brand new. But if they don't continue to come to meetings and they don't, learn anymore and they don't do any parties, they don't gain the confidence to be able to move ahead. And you don't have to move ahead. You choose. In other jobs, I wanted to be a manager, even at a restaurant, but nobody ever offered it to me. And I was loyal. I was the best waitress. In fact, when I got in Mary Kay, I was working at a Village Inn pancake house. And I was in the morning shift. And there was an older couple that came in every morning. And I just got attached to them. They'd never had any children and she'd been ill. And when you're waitressing, you do, especially if somebody comes in every day or every week, you get to know them. And so I get in Mary Kay, they noticed something different in my step, in my smile, in my, my, the way I helped myself. I was so excited. And so I told them, I said, I'm so excited. I got into Mary Kay and I'm going to become a director and I'm going to win a pink Cadillac someday. I didn't know that I would, but my director said that I would if I wanted to. And so I started looking better. And one day when I wasn't doing my business, I came in to get my paycheck and I had on, a like I consider this even like business attire and I've got pants on, but Mary Kay likes us to wear skirts or dresses at our meetings. And my husband always said I liked it because I could see your legs again, because women used to wear dresses and then they stopped. But there was this couple, and I told them that I had gone to the bank, I paid $50 for my kit, and that I'd gone to bank and I'd gotten a loan at the bank for $250 to sell for $500. Now, I told you I worked in a drugstore and I knew how much that product cost, and I didn't make half or a third or a fourth of that by showing them that product. I made minimum wage to sell product in that store to people, gifts and cosmetics, because I liked cosmetics. My uncle was with Cody. And so I told people, come over and look at our lipsticks and things, but I didn't get any commission on that. And so when I told these people that I was so excited that I'd gone to the bank and got $250, going to sell it for $500, where do you hear of that? Where do you hear of that? Anywhere, nowhere. I sold a lot of stuff at that drugstore, but I didn't make any money on the individual items that I talked people into because they were good products. And you know what? Before those people left that day, I came over and gave them their check and said, I enjoyed, meeting you and I enjoy waiting on you and everything. And they said, well, we have something that we want to give to you because you've been waiting on us for a few weeks. And we see a difference in you. You're not the same girl that's been here every day that we've come in. You have something extra. You're just extra happy. You look better. You look like you feel better. And so if that's what this Mary Kay has done for you, then we've decided that we want to give you the $250 back. And we don't ever want it. We don't want you to ever pay us back. We just want you to believe in yourself, stay this happy and this excited about what you're doing. And you have our 100% support by seeing the difference in you in one day. In one day. Did I get no's? Did I get rejections? Did people say, oh no, I hate that stuff? Yes, I did. But I didn't listen to them because I knew better. I watched my director and her daughter, who was really an introvert, become a top director. I watched people passing me by that I knew that I could do what they did if I would just apply myself. And I did. In my first year as a Mary Kay director, By the end of that year, I was on target for my pink Cadillac. And then I never was out of my pink car. I had a Buick Regal, I think first. That's actually, it wasn't a pink Cadillac, it was a Buick Regal that was pink. And then I won my pink Cadillac. And then every 2 years or 3 years, however often they gave it, I've been in too long to remember back then. I was always in a pink Cadillac. And people made fun of it, but yet the husbands didn't. They saw it as an expensive car that I got to drive free. And I've had more than one husband say, you know what, I'll drive pink if it's free. She can drive my truck and I'll drive the pink car if she has a hang up about that. Husbands get excited about it. And sometimes I think their wives get nervous about that because they don't know if they're going to be good. But he knows, your husband knows what you really are, who you really are when you're not intimidated by someone or something, because he knows your personality and he knows what attracted him to you. And you're a people magnet. I know that you are. And so I'm going to have the directors to ask me if there's anything else they want to tell me. I know that you all might not have two people that you know give you the money back that you put into your Mary Kay. If you do that, you don't have to. You can start with your kit and take orders. Many people do that. You're not obligated to buy anything from Mary Kay, and Mary Kay will buy it back from you. It's just that you can't get back in again if you sell it back to the company because they've invested in you. And so you go as slow as you want or as fast as you can. And listen to your director because she believes in you. So Jenny, Rebecca, anybody think of anything you want me to tell?
Carrie, I love how you said, you're a slow mover. You took a while to have kids. You just did it. But the thing is that you never quit. But
Never.
tell us about your first few years because you started your business in 1972,
Yes.
but you didn't become a director until 79. And I
Right.
think you recruited quite a few people
Oh,
before
yes. Like
anybody did it.
38 people.
38 people who never ordered.
Never ordered. I didn't make a dime. But I was just so excited that they got excited. Finally, I found somebody who decided to work. But I never got discouraged at all because I wasn't doing it to make money off of them. I was doing it because I loved the product. And I saw my director and how her skin looked. I've never had any kind of a face touch or anything. I'd be scared to death to do that. But I took it all the way down my neck and everything. And I see some of my friends that are my age and their skin looks older because they don't take care of it.
Mhm.
And even, I was overweight, but still I could buy clothes that looked nice. And um, that's not what people do. They look into your eyes. They look at your
Yeah.
smile. They think about how you make them feel. You give them compliments that are sincere. Even strangers. I really like that dress, or I really like your glasses, or you have such pretty eyes. I always notice people because I'm with Mary Kay. And so I always notice women who, you know, try to take care of themselves or have pretty skin naturally or whatever. And then they'll ask you a few questions. Have you got a pink Cadillac? No, but I'm going to. And I can tell you that I went back to many people and said, I've got my pink Cadillac outside. Do you want to see it? And they were, really? You really got a pink Cadillac? Are you kidding me? And man, the husbands got excited. And my husband was always excited. He just thought I would never get past being excited, I think, because I was young.
Well,
Uh,
you're still excited. There's nothing wrong with being excited, whether you're 19 or 53 or 73 or
73,
74.
that's right.
In God within, it's an endless of
Yes.
Jesus, in my
That's
opinion.
right.
So that's
And
all there. That's all there is to it.
Mary Kay
You
was
had
the SMO.
butterflies, and now you've gotten to where you can get them to fly in formation.
That's right.
That's all, right?
That's right.
You learned how to like catch them in a net or whatever. But Carrie, you're delightful. So I think it's great that you're excited and that's really what sells. The end of enthusiasm is IASM, right?
Right.
I am sold myself. That's part of
Right.
it. That's
That's
what
right.
enthusiasm does. So, I would love for any of the consultants new
Are my
who've been
notes?
around a while. Patty Kennedy's on here too.
Oh,
She's not got
Patty.
her face showing, but she's on here. But any
You guys used to call her
consultant,
Pepper Poo Patty Mint or something like that.
I just love her. But yeah, I would love to be able to just you guys ask questions, anything you want to know, except for well, now you already know her weight and her age because she told you. But by the way, Carrie, usually when people experience weight loss like that, and especially that much, their skin sags and gets wrinklier and yours isn't.
I didn't
You
see.
know, I know you look beautiful, friend.
Thanks.
And you've shared some things with us tonight that I think will never go out of style, and that is compliment people, connect
Yes.
with people, smile at people,
Yeah.
give people a kind word. And as weird as things are, even after COVID, I think we forget to do that. The
Mhm.
Amazon man, he might can drop off some products at your door, but he's not going to knock on it and make people feel special and show
No,
them how to use those products, right? So we really
no.
do have a gift in this Mary Kay opportunity. But I think it'd be kind of fun if you guys want to unmute,
Yeah.
share
I
something with
got
Carrie that you
y'all.
loved hearing tonight, ask her questions. Um, here's what I'll do. I'll go in
My
order
glasses
and
are
I'll
crooked,
ask.
but my eyes aren't, but I keep noticing it since I'm looking at myself.
Thing everybody needs to know. You're literally at the feet of a legend right now. So if you could
Mhm,
ask Mary Kay anything, what would you ask her? And that's what you
mhm,
ask Carrie.
mhm. Anything.
I ask her everything, so I can answer anything. I might have talked 100 miles an hour. I'm okay. My name is Kerry Buskirk. And later on, when I could say, "Hi, Mary Kay, it's good to see you again." That was great.
Yeah. Christy, let's start with you because I can see you first. If there's anything you want to say to Carrie or ask, and then I'll go in order from what I see on the screen. And if y'all want to, love on her or ask her a question, now's your time.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Rebecca and Jenny, for putting this together. Carrie, you are absolutely incredible. And I don't know if you ever, or if you remember meeting me a couple of times when Jenny used to have her meetings.
I
Oh, what
do.
was the name of the cafe off of Powers?
Mimi's Cafe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mimi.
I
Uh-huh.
got to meet you there a few times. So
Yes.
when Rebecca let the secret out, I was so excited to know that you were going to come and speak to us. And it's just been so amazing. You were beautiful inside out. And it's just so amazing to be able to spend some time with you, even though it's through a screen. It's so incredible. And just thank you for everything you said. I actually took some notes. So I have some things to look back on. I know it was recorded, but I've been getting better about taking notes when we do stuff like this. And
Well, and one thing I want to say that I didn't say, and I usually do, but I don't want to talk all night, and I'm just talking from my heart. I didn't really prepare anything, but I loved being with a company whose leader was a believer, and she didn't ever try to push that off on us. But I knew that Mary Kay, loved God and was a Christian. And so everything that the company ever did, I didn't have to be ashamed of, or, everything that we were modest. And Mary Kay taught us how to be ladies and how to be, respectful. And I learned so many things from just watching her and the way that she looked right in your eye, and she focused on one eye. She said, "Look in somebody's right eye and don't take your eyes off there." She never did anything that would have embarrassed me or made me, feel, "Oh gosh, I wish she wasn't my leader." But she also was not a person who wanted to be worshiped. People have said that to me before. "Do you worship Mary Kay?" I said, "No, she's just a lady. She's just like any other boss, only she gives me prizes and recognition, and she's taught me how to come out of my shell." Because I told you I couldn't try out for a school play. I played clarinet and I was first chair and I was in the contest and I squeaked and I never went to another contest again, you know? So it's anybody can do this. I did not finish college. I talked too much to finish junior college, but I think I've made more money than most of those people who finished college. I think I have over the
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I
years.
think that's why you, Rebecca and Jenny get along so well because they like to talk as well.
Yeah, yeah. And getting to retire my husband, he liked his job. He was in construction and he was an artist too. But for him to be able to quit his job and do whatever he wanted and be with me and travel and take the kids, they've been all over and they played with Rebecca's kids and Jenny's kids and, you know, their people's kids. And they're not shy. They're
No.
outgoing. they don't hold back.
Mm.
They don't have the problem I had with my confidence, but they're
Yeah.
not stuck up either. I think Jenny and Rebecca would tell you that. They love Jenny and Rebecca. I,
They are incredible women, and you are too. And
thank you.
my husband is hoping that I get that pink Cadillac one day so I can drive his little butt around. I don't think he would ever let his business go because he is a
Right.
small business owner as well.
Oh,
But
yeah, my husband
I,
wasn't.
I'm
He did say
hoping
someday.
that we can cut back his hours a little bit in the future. But that's the goal.
Yes. Yes,
I
and
love that,
it
Christy.
doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. Some people go fast and some people, I was maybe slower, but mine, has been very secure and still is from my retirement that I have.
I
From
love that. I love hearing that, even though if we take our time and go slow, like we're still gonna get there and we're gonna get everything that comes along. And that's what I've told Jenny is I was like, it might take me a little bit longer, but I'm gonna get there. I'm determined. And
Well, they believe in you. And my director,
Mhm.
she was tall and blonde, and she was older. I mean, she was probably in her 40s, here I am in my 70s. But I was intimidated by her. But she taught me, she said, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't go out and get yourself a really nice dress, something that looks professional. And she kind of told me, she guided me. I was a little intimidated, but boy, I learned from her because she was an introvert and she could get up and talk. And I could talk, 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 but not get up in front of people. And so I'm so glad I had the director that I had. And she
Mhm.
was in the top 10 when I met her. So, I couldn't even imagine myself being there or less being a national sales director. So it may have taken me a little longer, but it's okay. I was still happy and loved it. And that's the important thing. Because your husband's happy when you're happy. He's much
That's
more happy to
Absolutely.
bring home some money from those parties.
Yep.
Carrie, I remember you used to say it looked like Charlene was hung up by a nail because she was so perfect, never
Yeah, she looked like
disturbed.
she
Like
slept hanging on a nail.
she slept hung by a nail. Every hair was in place, and she was, y'all. She was beautiful and
Yeah, I'm looking at all my
wonderful
hairs that
too.
aren't in place. I'm going to get it cut tomorrow. I should have got it set for today, but
That's okay. You look gorgeous.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Christy.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. We're excited. We're excited to watch you. Even I don't care, slow cooker, pressure cooker. It's just that you're cooking. That's the key. You got to
That's
keep on cooking.
that is.
So, Natalie, do you guys want to unmute? Because I have Natalie and Anna right next to each other
Oh, yay.
and share. Now, Anna's been in Mary Kay for, 25 plus years. Natalie's been in and out a couple times, her sister. But I don't know if you've met Melissa or Monique. Now, Monique is in her 20s and she is Mary Kay. She works a full-time job and Mary Kay is her retirement plan. She's so
Uh-huh.
smart, Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa is retired. She's a retired massage therapist. She's awesome. Natalie's still in the workforce, but she's our hot shot over there. We love Natalie. You'll remember them from coming to New
Oh,
Mexico and
yeah.
also seminar and stuff. So do you guys want to unmute and share anything? They take a second because they got a couple of
That's okay.
devices and
That's
it'll
okay.
echo. Yeah.
I have as long as you have.
Hey.
Well, I don't know because I can talk too, so we may be here all night, Carrie.
Jenny's being pretty quiet tonight.
I just wanted to tell you thank you. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being the inspiration that you are. Thank you for saying yes and for continuing to say yes all these years because you are an amazing person. Janelle Pagan brought me to meet
Oh,
you after you crossed stage at seminar.
I
And
love Janelle.
an amazing incident for me.
Oh, wonderful.
And anybody who has not met Carrie, when you meet Carrie, be ready to be challenged. Because you asked me what I wanted and I
Yeah.
told you, you said, okay, so what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to all of you before I get off of here. I'll say it now. What do you want and what are you waiting for?
Right. So
And
thank
no
you.
feels good when you've gotten 10 yeses, even if you had to say get 50 no's. If you got 10 yeses, that's what
And you're
matters, not
right.
the no's.
And as well as I'm very proud to be in Mary Kay for the reason that it is the company that it is.
Yes.
And because I don't ever have to be ashamed to be in this
Right.
company.
Right.
And there's a lot of places in this day and age, unfortunately, that aren't accepting the right people. So
I didn't have to compromise who I was. I became a better person by being with Mary Kay.
exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. And we were all commenting about the fact that you look absolutely amazing
Yeah.
for where
thank
you are in your journey, because Anna said, look at her. Look at her. When they were talking about when you started, you know, in 74 and such
Yeah.
as that, she was like, look at her skin, look at her face. And Mary Kay was the same way. She was
Yes.
astounding and
Her
amazing.
skin was gorgeous,
Mhm.
you know, and you could
So-
tell she hadn't had, you know, any work done. I think she did have some little something done under her chin or something, but and I'd like
Right.
to do that, but I'm not going to at this age.
Me too.
Well, I don't think you need to personally, but you know, that's me.
Thank you.
Anyway, so I'm gonna turn it over to Monique because we're sharing my computer, and then
Okay.
Anna and Melissa will do theirs.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Carrie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Hi.
Hi.
I want to say thank you. I've enjoyed listening to you. Um, Rebecca and Janelle and everybody, they always pick the best speakers, and I'm always very excited.
Oh, aren't there
Um,
so many good speakers, you know, that we don't have
And
to
it's
pay for?
just, it's very inspiring, and I feel very blessed to have it.
Well, thank
Um,
you. That your name, Anna, is so pretty.
Well,
Oh
that's
no, I'm
Monique.
Monique.
Oh, that's Monique. Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
a
I'm
beautiful
Monique.
name too.
Honor, though, is a beautiful person, and she's the one who recruited me, and I'm grateful every day.
Yes, yes.
And it's very true. She believed in me since I was young. And because of that belief, I've accomplished a lot, I feel, that I don't think I would have been able to without it. So
No, that's what all we need, someone to believe in you, know. When there's a dark storm on your horizon and you think you can't get through it, just take my hand and I'll show you how to do it. That was a song that Mary Kay really liked. And when I sing, dogs howl. So I don't I've had people turn around in church or in front of me and go, like, don't
Oh.
sing, just mouth it, you know?
it is very
Make me
beautiful.
laugh.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. And again, I'm very grateful. Your story is very inspiring. I move at a little bit more of a slower pace so that it makes me feel better.
What do you think I did? I was no roadrunner for sure. And my director had a roadrunner club and I wasn't in it. So, but you know, one time my husband, you know, was taking me across the stage and he was supposed to, you know, just take me over to the middle of the stage and then give me to the speaker, which was usually Mary Kay, our top director. And my dress got hooked on his button of his jacket. I had to take him with me up to the middle of the stage in front of 10,000 people. He was mortified. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was laughing. And he finally went, well, he waved and just took it and said, I don't ever want to go in front of all those people again. But, you know, I have had incidents with my clothing all my life, you know. So
Isn't that the
yeah, I
truth?
got,
Oh my God.
oh gosh, you know, and he said, don't ever walk with me again with that dress on, you know, that jacket on, because it was like crocheted and it just wrapped around his, we couldn't get his button uncovered. We just had to be a good sport and wave at everybody and say, hey.
Well, you made it look graceful. Thank you,
Yeah,
Monique.
I made it possible that nobody else's husband wanted to go to seminar after they saw that.
Hey, Anna, I'm going to come back to you if that's okay. I'm going to let Lisa and Janae and Daniqua go since they're over on the east, if you guys don't mind. Daniqua.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I like your name.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thanks for coming on. It's been 3 years since I've actually seen you in
Right.
person. I saw you at, I think the very last retreat we did.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I think I just have a question.
Okay.
How did you come back from all of the no's? Because that's I guess my weak spot is I tend to stop after so many no's. I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is not just, it's not it for me. But
Do you have
I
children?
always, I do. I have a 4-year-old and 11-year-old.
Do they ever stop asking you for the same thing?
No.
They don't, do they?
No, they don't.
They might go away for a little bit and then they come back. Now, Mom, how about can we do this now? You know, um, you just can't take a no as a rejection. A no is an uncomfortable, is when somebody's just, they're afraid. You know, what if I go there and then she tries to sell me like $500 and I don't have $500? You know, there's people who won't go in stores because they're, you know, afraid that they'll buy. But the thing is, you know, usually if I bought something, I could afford it and I liked it, you know, or I wouldn't have spent the money until I got a little bit richer. But a no just, if you spell it backward, it's on. I'm on. And so a no doesn't mean I don't like you, don't talk to me again. It's more like, oh, I'm afraid that I can't resist buying something, or I'm afraid you're going to pressure me. So it's your job to make them feel comfortable. I hope that me being on here tonight and being a senior national sales director and in the top 10 of the company, that I don't intimidate any of you, that you think of me just as a real person, because that's who I am. My neighbors don't even know that I was with Mary Kay. So, because I'm not driving a pink Cadillac anymore, I drive a silver one. But there's not anybody who couldn't do what I did. I didn't have anything magic. I just wanted so bad to have something besides working as a waitress in a pancake house. And I didn't have any college education, and there was no hope for me to do anything. And I believed what I saw my director say at the meeting. She was a very genuine person. And like I told you, she was an introvert. I could see her take a breath when she started to invite somebody to come up to the front of the room and give them a prize. But she had to really stop and kind of swallow and to clear her voice before she started talking. But once she started talking, you were just mesmerized by her sincerity and how much she loved what she was doing, and that she probably couldn't have survived out in the world in another job working for someone else. But the jobs of a director is encouraging people to see themselves as more than they see themselves. And we see it. I saw it in Rebecca. I saw it in Jennifer. I see it in so many people. They've got so much more to offer than what they know. But fear, false evidence appearing real. That's when you had a nightmare and then you think somebody's in the other room waiting to get you. False evidence appearing real is fear. Fear will get in your way. You just have to swallow and say, I'm going to say what I want to say. And if it doesn't come out right, you know, Mary Kay used to say, Lord, fill my mouth with worthwhile stuff and stop me when I've said enough. And I'm going to tell you, she probably wished that I had stopped sometimes because you know, I think I told you, my husband said, I think air's wasted if it's not filled with my voice. I've always been a talker since I was a little girl. I just never made money from it to Mary Kay. And I didn't give other people the opportunity to make money. That's what's so wonderful. Is Francie Macbeth, my one of my first recruits, I met her at a skincare class. She couldn't even tell me her name. And to think that she became a senior national sales director. She won a pink Cadillac her first year. She lived in a town of 500 people in Burden, Kansas. Her husband was a world champion rodeo personality. She didn't have this much confidence. But myself and my director and other people kept telling her that she could do it. She was beautiful, had a great personality. But she had an older sister who could speak, and she couldn't. She didn't think she could speak. But I've seen her stand up and hold an audience of 10,000 at the tip of their seat because she learned, she grew, she had something to share because she got something from Mary Kay besides pink Cadillacs and diamonds. She was number one her first year because she wanted a diamond ring and she got a big diamond bumblebee that was bigger than the ring. And, you know, but I just kept telling her, you can do it. And so did my director, and her people told her. And so, you know, regret is when we don't try something. If you try something and you mess it up, you can always try again. You can ask somebody one time and they'll say no, and the next time they'll say yes, because maybe they've met somebody at War Mary Kay. You just can't let fear hold you back, or you'll look back someday and say, I wish I had rather than I'm glad I did. And I'm so glad that I did. My Mary Kay business has helped other people like Rebecca and Jennifer. They had what it took. They just didn't have the roadmap to travel until they met one of my people or myself that believed in them. And then they believed in other people. I think they probably always did. But if you hold back, you're going to have regret, and regret weighs a ton. It weighs on you. I wish I had, not I'm glad I did. Don't be a wish I had. Because there are things I wish I had done. I tried out for a cheerleader one year. Well, I didn't. I practiced and I got in the finals. And I got out on the stage and I said, okay, bye. And then I ran off the stage. I didn't even give myself a chance to do something I wanted to do so bad. I wanted to be a cheerleader. And I didn't even give myself a chance. And maybe I could have, maybe I couldn't have. But the thing is, I didn't take it all the way. I didn't try. I just gave up when I looked out at the audience. And there are people who are out there saying, I wish I could do that. I wish I had the guts to walk across that stage and try out. I wish I had, someone to help me to have a goal. Because most people don't, their goal is to get married and have kids. And that's a wonderful goal. But you have a lot more skills that can help other people besides just make you happy. Because when I see one of my people that is succeeding, I'm just so proud of them. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that they see that they have something to offer people. And everybody does. People have inspired me that don't know that they inspired me because they were shy or more quiet. But when they did say something, I listened. I listened. I shut my mouth and I listened. And my director was one of those. I told you. She'd always clear her voice before she started to speak. She'd go, and then she'd just tell us what she knew. She didn't brag about herself. She just tell us what she did. And she just started with one person. And then she asked another person to have a party. And then she got enough nerve to ask somebody if they would listen to the Mary Kay business because we don't have enough Mary Kay. I don't even see any Mary Kay consultants anymore. I don't. And when I say something about it, a lot of people haven't heard about it. So, Rebecca, I'm sorry, you have to leave.
Oh, no.
I talk.
Rebecca Smay had to go.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. No, Carrie, I think, that was a good answer, Daniqua, right? Like, here's what I want to say about those no's. Be addicted to the yes. Like, okay, you said no, I got to go because like hurry and go to the next. Because
Yes.
you need to get so many no's that they don't even matter because you can't wait to get to the yes. That no is just the next step to the next yes. The
Yeah.
next step to the next yes. And it's addictive when you get yeses and you start holding appointments. You know what it's like, Daniqua. You've done it. I was thinking about you in the shower this morning. Don't think that's weird, but I was thinking about those. She's an esthetician, Carrie. She did belly facials for women who were expecting because she can touch and she can show all of our products. And I was like, I don't have a pregnant belly right now, but I could sure use one of those belly facials Danique was giving out. So brand
Just
yourself,
mom,
girl.
you don't have to be expecting. I do belly facials on myself all the time. Love it. Getting ready for the summertime. I do it all the time. I love a good crop top.
Well,
I do a belly facial.
have a belly party and bring over a belly dancer and let her show us how to shake it. Just have
That's right.
fun doing it because you are a walking party, Daniqua. So whatever,
Well,
they don't know what they're missing when they tell you no.
And all you have to do is say, put this on. How does that feel? And then they say, oh, it feels great. How do you think it looks? It looks great. Okay, you want me to show you how you can have it? You can earn it or you can pay for it. And you can earn some too if you don't get enough with it. Just don't be afraid to ask questions. Little kids ask questions all the time. And a lot of people, nobody ever says, now what did you do before? Or, you're retired or whatever, be interested in people. I love people. And if you don't, you can learn to love people because people are good. There's a few rotten ones, but they have the opportunity to become good too. Most of them are probably just uncomfortable in their own skin and they're afraid to be too friendly because they're afraid they'd have to talk. And so, but I mean, I talk a lot, I know, but I have something to share. And I want to share with you, what this has meant to my family's life. and people that I've been able to help financially or help emotionally because I learned from Mary Kay, and she was always an encourager. And, you'd have to not open your mouth to not make some money. If you have one party and you make $50 from being there for an hour, you made money. Now do it again. And don't be afraid of a no. No doesn't mean I don't like you. It means I'm scared to come because I'm afraid I'll spend money. That's what there's sometimes I don't go into a store because I think, oh, I'm going to buy something I don't need, because I have plenty. I do. I don't need a lot of anything anymore. So I just hope that you'll be inspired by your director and other consultants who have gotten past wherever you are now, because it helps you to help other people, even who aren't in Mary Kay, because you become a person who notices, people they have pretty eyes, or they have a pretty outfit. Don't you love to get a compliment? And a lot of times husbands quit giving compliments after they marry you. Not because they don't think you're great, but they don't think you need it anymore.
Yeah, they need training. That's
They
what
need
it
training.
is.
They sure do.
Daniqua, I want you to think about something. You went to career conference this weekend by yourself.
Yeah, girl.
What are you actually afraid? You went and just did it. And
Yeah, by yourself.
her takeaways were incredible. She didn't have her bestie Janae dragging her with her. She just went. She's like, I
Wow.
did it and went. That
Shows you're a leader.
that spoke volumes to me. That you're like, I need something. I don't know what it is, but I just need to go and I'll find it. And you did it without hesitation. You did it with the fear in your heart, and you did it anyway.
Janae's bragging on you. Janae's bragging on you.
Mhm.
And Patty was on here and said hi.
Yeah.
Now Letitia's on. I love to see that.
What that takes is something that no should ever bother you. The guts and the grit to do that, Daniqua, was incredible. I'm incredibly proud of you for doing that. And that is the sign that you're ready for something to change.
You know what Mary Kay used to say about a no? She said a no means, based on the information I have about what you're telling me, my answer is no. But if you talk a little bit more or show me something, let me put something on my hand or whatever, even a hand cream, hand out a hand cream, then I might say yes. Because I've said no to trying on something. And then when I tried it on, I loved it and I bought it, And if I couldn't buy it, I still like trying it on,
Mhm.
And so
Well, here's a simple question we can ask too. How many of you on here tonight, your first response when you were offered a facial or to go to a Mary Kay party or to try Mary Kay, the opportunity, how many of your first response was no?
I'm just going to take these things off.
No.
Yeah.
Anybody? Anybody was a no starting out? Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't know how to wear makeup. I'm not going to a makeup party. No, I don't want to sell Mary Kay. Patty, no, I ain't going to that
Aren't we
meeting
funny?
with you, Dina. I mean, a lot of us were a no, Daniqua.
Well, and here's the thing. All of us here, some of you are meeting Carrie for the first time, right? Very first time, maybe you're getting to hear from her. She's a legend in our world. Do you know none of you would be on here right now if it was not for Kerry Buskirk, even
Yeah.
without meeting her? Think
That's
about
one thing
that.
I agree with. I can even brag on that because I wasn't afraid to ask.
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
afraid, but I did it
Just keep
anyway.
on asking. Yeah, do it anyway. Be afraid to do it. You have so much to offer.
We do.
Okay, Janae, do you have anything you want to say to Carrie?
Yes, but real quick, I was trying to respond to Latasha's question. My biggest thing for her is just practice. Practice, practice,
Yeah.
practice. When you get your wording down,
Yeah.
like it should be scripted in your mind what you're going to say to her. And it's always okay, anything else? Anything else?
So true. That is so good.
Anything else
Yeah.
until they stop you, because the customer, we as women know what we want. And if you need just like a visual, go to the modules on Mary Kay, because they have how to close on there, and listen
Yes.
to what they say and then make it your own, and then record yourself saying it and play it back over and over and over again, because practice makes perfect.
You're right. That is
Anyhow,
good advice.
Thank you. I just want to say it's always so amazing to hear from you. I'm sorry my camera's not on tonight. This baby got me looking all types of way, y'all. It's just who. But next month's my birthday month, so I'll come alive.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna listen to that.
But thank you so much for just always pouring into us, always being available to us, and just being who you are. I love you so much, and
Thank you. I love you too.
I'm glad I got reminded about tonight.
Good, good. That your directors did a good job.
She did. She did. She loves me big.
Yes,
He
she
sure
does.
does.
And I thought, well, what am I going to say? I was nervous, you know.
Now you have, you were nervous. You had plenty to say. Mama Lisa, are you there, friend?
I am, and y'all know it's my bedtime.
I do know.
Hi, Carrie. It is
Hi.
so good to see you. And again, it is my bedtime. I am in the bed, so
That's
I
okay.
apologize as well.
You don't need to apologize.
But it is a blessing to see you, to hear from you once again. I always love hearing from you and hearing you speak. I miss you. Miss seeing you. I was great seeing you was it last year at seminar?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. It was great seeing you last year at seminar.
Yes. Yes.
That was such a blessing. But I just thank you for your words. I thank you for you always pouring, just being so unselfish, just to pour into um, all of us. I mean, every time I hear from you, I take away something different, something new that I can apply to me as a person, not just my Mary Kate business, but to help me to be a better me. And
Oh, thank you so much.
I just thank you for that. I just, I just think about, I remember when you came to Savannah, and it just
Yes.
sticks in my head, and it just, just constantly reminds me that, we see some of the nationals and we think that they're unreachable or untouchable, and you're
I thought
not.
that too.
You are touchable, you are reachable. And it was, that time period in our early Mary Kay lives was so special. I mean, it was more so for Janae, because at that time I wasn't really trying to do much with my Mary Kay business. It was all for Janae. It was all for my baby. I would tell anybody, it's all for
Yeah.
Janae.
I
And
know. I know
the
you
fact
believed
that
in her
you
100%.
Exactly. But the fact that you came to Savannah, it just blew my mind. It was just so amazing, and am forever grateful for that time and those memories that we had there
Yeah.
with you. And so I just want to say, good to see you. Hopefully, I don't know if you'll be in Charlotte this summer or not, but I was really glad to see you last year, and thank you again for pouring into us. And I may not hear everybody else's comments after this because I've tried hard to stay awake.
Yeah.
It's recorded, Lisa. Don't.
Yep, we recorded.
But I love you, and thank you for being you.
I love you too. And I wish you all the best. And
Thank you,
whatever
Carrie.
you do, you've got what it takes. Just remember that.
Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate it.
God didn't make a nobody, only a somebody, right?
Absolutely. God bless you.
God bless.
I love that, Lisa. Latasha, do you want to say something to Carrie?
I just want to say thank you for always being an inspiration to us. And I've met you a few times, and I just love you every time I meet you.
I love meeting you too. You know, I've seen you several times and I know who you are.
Yeah, because we make a presence at retreat
Oh,
with our
yeah.
cute
And
outfits,
seminar.
seminar, and
Well,
everywhere.
and didn't we go somewhere together too with Letitia?
Well, we did.
Latasha, did
I remember.
I don't know. In my
we
mind,
were?
it went to another, like not Kansas City, but somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just Dallas. You know, it's
Yeah.
hard when you're
And
this
in
age to
and
remember where you
Kansas.
were all the time.
I was about to say she
Yeah,
came to Kansas for the last retreat, so
Yeah.
you probably remember her
That's
in
it.
Kim.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I'm sure.
yeah.
So
Awesome.
anyway, it's just delightful to talk to all of you. It really is. And you know, being retired has been great. I know my neighbors. I knew them when I was doing Mary Kay too. Some of them were Mary Kay consultants, but um, I enjoy sharing the things about Mary Kay that I learned and hope that, whatever bits and pieces I can give you, that you'll take it and run with it. And just don't doubt yourself, don't doubt yourself because that's never going to get you where you want to go. Just say, I can, I will, I must.
Yes. Does
Surround.
anybody else want to say anything to
Yeah.
Carrie before we get off? Lauren's on here. You remember Lauren?
Yes, I do.
Anna and Melissa are over there, and then we have Sue, who's been to seminar.
Yes,
Um,
you Sue on the picture.
yes, and JC's on here. She's one of Anna's team members. She's a teacher in New Mexico, and she
Oh,
said,
gosh.
I was a preteen and said yes. She didn't say no. She said yes. She couldn't wait to have a facial with
You
Anna,
know?
and she's on her team now. And I just love that. Dominga's on here, star consultant. We have lots of star consultants on here. Carrie, Amanda is on, and she's a new consultant again. She's a comeback consultant.
That's okay.
And Jen Dugan is on here, and she's in
Oh,
Janelle's
yeah.
unit. You remember Jen? And
Yes, I
she's our
do.
staple. She's like, sugar and flour. She's always here. She's always here. And it would be weird if she wasn't on our meeting. Heather Hudson's
Right.
on, who's been a
Right.
consultant in the past and is again, and Kat Sides. And Kat says she's kind of a slow cooker, but she's doing it and she's loyal and she's been in a while. And then my friend Eva Martinez, she's up. She just left Clovis, working in Clovis. Her husband travels and works.
Oh,
And she
gosh, I
just
went down
left.
there a lot of times.
Yep, she has Eva, and Eva is now in Santa Rosa working, and she is just going out just like you said tonight, Carrie, and smiling at people and meeting people and talking to people, and some people are telling her no, why are you even bothering? And but more than that, people are excited. She met a lady the other day at the laundromat, and the lady lost her information, and the next day Eva saw her at the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, and the lady said, "I'm so glad I saw you again. I lost that card that you gave me, and
Huh?
is today good?" And Eva said, "Well, I can't do it today," but she went ahead and booked her for another time. And oh my gosh, what a beautiful story. She had never been
Great.
pampered, 30 something years old, never been pampered. And Eva pampered her. And of course,
That's so
Frances Daniels, she's on here
Oh, yes,
from
of course.
Hobbs, came to see you. So anybody else want to
I
say
can hear
anything to Carrie?
Frances's voice. I can
Oh,
hear.
I know. And her laugh.
We
Yes.
love her. God bless. Well, and before we go, when we go to send this off, Carrie, I'm going to have you, because it is recorded and I want this for eternity. I'm going to have you either tell your brawl story or the pantyhose story, because we got to have it. We got to have it for forever. Because
Yeah,
people
it'll
aren't
be our good night
anymore.
bedtime story.
Oh, I haven't told some of those for a while. Oh, but yeah, I can tell the pantyhose story for sure.
Okay, tell us. It's
'Cause,
so funny.
I was a skinny girl all through school, in high school and college. And then when I went to work for restaurants, I ate my way through my job and working in a pancake house. And I worked always double hours because people wouldn't show up and they'd call me and they could always depend on me. So I ballooned up to size 20 at one time. And I was like a 4 when I got married. Of course, none of us, not very many of us are where we were when we first got married or got out of college or whatever. But the thing is, I always took care of my skin and my hair. I'm get it cut tomorrow, so I don't have look as good today with my hair. But um, anyway, so I I just feel like that. You know, I didn't think when I went over to Betty's house that I would buy anything, but I loved how my skin felt, and I never forgot that. Even being 19 years old, I'd never felt that good. And so you're giving other people the opportunity. And if they say no, that doesn't mean I don't like you. It usually is just a confidence issue, and you can say, you don't have to buy anything. My job is just to show people, let them try it on. You know, you can't go and try on a new hairdo and not pay for it. You have to go and say, I want my hair cut or whatever and live with it. And so, trying clothes on, people like to do that because they're in a room by themselves and nobody can see them. I don't know if there's something looking back through the mirror. I hope not. But it's just offering it to people. Because if you really believe in this, even if you haven't seen what you want, but you know what you want, it doesn't mean you're not going to get there. But you've seen other people move up and get what they want in their business. And getting what you want is helping other people get what they want. It's caring enough about people to ask them. I'm so glad somebody asked me. I would still be waitressing or hostessing. I didn't have a college education. What would I be doing? And my husband would still have been working really hard until he was, old. I see that all the time. And so I believed my director and my recruiter. And no, I didn't have success right away. I recruited 49 people who never had a party before I had one person that did something. And I recruited Francie Macbeth at a skincare class that I had booked from a booth at a fair. And Francie became number one in the company because I told you she wanted that diamond ring.
Well, and tell us what happened when you roomed with Francie at seminar.
You might have to remind me.
You had some power hose.
Oh gosh, yes. Because I was carrying a little extra in my lower half, probably everywhere really. And so I always would buy something that was smaller, thinking, oh well, I'll lose that weight, and then I didn't do it. So then I had this one outfit, and it was pretty snug. So I bought some power underwear, some power hose that this lady said these will cover up all your bumps and curves, that you don't want to see. And she handed me the package and she said, these are power hose. And I didn't have any idea what that meant, but I told people, I said, well, I'm going to wear this outfit that's not my size because I've got power hose. And I know Francie looked at me and said, uh-huh, yeah, sure. Of course, she was a size 2, I think. But anyway, oh my gosh, I got them up to my knees and there was no material left. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope my dress is long enough that I don't have to wear bare legs. But I just kept working and working, and they were not breaking. I wasn't sure that they weren't just going to run from the top to the bottom, but I just kept working. I'd pull up this side and that side and the front and the back, and I just keep doing it. Francie was laughing at me, and finally I got him up, and they stayed up. And I put my dress that didn't fit right on, and she goes, "Oh wow, Carrie, you look great." And I felt great because she told me that I looked great. When a friend tells you, they mean it. They're not saying something just to say, "Oh, you look beautiful in that." Now, a guy might do that. I don't know. Probably not. But sometimes people don't want to hurt your feelings. But she said, "Yeah, Carrie, it looks great." And I felt great because of those power hose. And then, after a while, I didn't need my power hose anymore. I could wear regular hose. But, whatever you can go through, I've been through it really, because I didn't grow up with confidence. I was supposed to do a speech for the WCTU, the Women's Christian Temperance Union, and it was called the Liquor Ship. And my dad was an alcoholic, my stepdad. And I just said to myself, I have to win this contest. I have to win it because he'll quit drinking and then our family's going to be okay. And I practiced and practiced and practiced, and he didn't show up. But I knew the speech, and I was obligated to give that speech. And I won the contest. And I'd never gotten up in front of people before for anything. And that probably gave me the confidence that later on in my life, when Mary Kay Opportunity happened, and I could see that when I was to do a skincare class, people were busy looking in a mirror, not looking at me. They were just letting me tell them what to do. Put this on, take this off. How does it look? Put this on, take this off. How does it look? And they go, oh, it feels good. It feels good. And, so you just got to keep on, just keep on and believe that I've never been surprised by anyone that was in Mary Kay that I didn't, nobody ever told me a lie, you know, what they told me what to do and I did it. Sometimes I didn't get there as fast as I wanted, but that's okay. Sometimes the winner of the race is the one who's behind most of the race. And then they get their spirit up and they just run ahead. And I'm just telling you, if your director or someone who recruited you told you you'd be good, they didn't say that just to get you in the company because why would you want someone who wouldn't be good? Why would you want them on your team? because numbers don't count in this. It's selling the product. It's not just how many people join. You could have 100 unit members and not have anybody showing the product to anybody, and nobody would succeed. But you can help other people. I'm so glad the lady in the restaurant that I worked at asked me to go to a meeting. And I'm so glad that my director, who intimidated me, said, well, if Betty brought you, she must think you'd be good. So I think you'd probably be good. And she was tall and blonde and skinny and had a fox collar. And oh gosh, they killed an animal for that. That was before I had all those stuff. But I believed him when they told me I could do it. So you've got to believe what your director tells you, because if she doesn't think that you'd be good, why would she want you on her team? It's not numbers, ladies. It's people who are willing to get out there. Sometimes it takes people a while, but you have to be patient and still believe, just like you do with your kids. Keep believing in them. And then later they'll make you proud and they'll be so happy that you encouraged them. And I could talk all night, I could just talk all night and people know it. And I don't want to do that. I just want everything that I say to mean something to you, or something that I say that you catch on and you start to put it into action and believe that you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to be beautiful and you don't have to be anything but yourself. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the people that don't have any confidence, they're going to say, when you do your first party, they're going to go, wow, I wish I could get up and do that. And you're scared to death. And so just believe it. If somebody told you that you can do it, they're not lying to you.
Yeah.
They're not lying. We're not taught to lie in Mary Kay.
Amen, Carrie. Well, I think, Jenny, do you have anything you want to say to Patty, to Carrie or Patty? Do you?
Well, Carrie, many of you know she's my mama. I always say, I mean, I
That's
have
right.
a mama
That's
too,
right.
but when I go back to Kansas, I get Carrie's wasn't just my national. I mean, there's pictures of Kendall literally wearing her high heels when
Oh,
she was
yeah.
2 or 3
She'd
years old.
love to get my high heels.
Yes, like she just like carries in her family. And that's what I want you to understand, that yeah, we get the privilege of doing business, but we will forever be in each other's lives. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's just, she is my mama. And I love you, Carrie, so much. I'm so
I love
grateful
you
for you.
too.
Thank you for your vision. Thank you for keeping us here, because we wouldn't be in, as our world changes, that's important that we have this unity. And don't worry, I'll be coming in next month, so I'll come see you. I'll take you back.
Do. And Rebecca and Jennifer, I mean, you've just always been there for me. And Sue, I see you intently watching, and I wish you all the success that you can possibly have. And everybody else who's on here. Um, you don't have to have anything special. You just have to tell people about the product. And I said,
I
Janae,
wanted to say, if I would have met you when I lived in Tucson, you would have definitely gotten a yes from me.
oh, that's
Thank you
great.
so much.
Yeah. But
I
that's what
love
it is.
that,
It's
Sue.
asking and not being afraid of the no. No
Yeah.
means, based on the information I have of what you told me, I'm not convinced, but tell me a little bit more and I might get interested.
Mhm. A lot of times they don't even know what they're saying no to, do they? We
No,
just
they
have
don't. They
the
don't.
educator, the person that tells them, and maybe try another angle sometimes. I had a lady who told me no for years and years, and you probably remember her, Carrie. She was the big redheaded lady in Artesia, and she used another brand for many, 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 many years. And she said, "Don't even ask me. I don't even want it." She worked across the street from my house, and she taught Dakota how to pee like a boy on a rock outside. And she was just funny. And I finally said, "Jackie, I know you don't want to try Mary Kay, but I would love your opinion of my presentation. I just,
Hey,
Mhm.
you just needed to see somebody else do it so you could figure out how
yeah."
you
And
did
she
it.
said, "Okay, I'll come and give you my opinion, but you're probably not going to like it." And she came and she got a facial, and I said, "Well, what'd you think of my presentation?" She goes, "I couldn't even hardly pay attention. My skin feels so good. I just want everything."
That's awesome. Yeah, you've got to tell people, even if you hate it, tell me, because
Yeah.
I'll tell the
How do we
company.
know? Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's a ways to ask, and there's ways to get around it. And, or don't waste your time on the no, no, no's and go to the next, because they're watching. And just like Jackie was watching me, she said, "I know you have a pink Cadillac, but I still don't want to do it." But I said, well, I'm trying to improve some things. So could you come help me? She became a preferred hostess, you guys, and she was a consultant till the day she died because
Well,
she
and
loved it so much.
the best advice, and if I've already said this, you know, you just have to forgive me because I'm 73, I think. But what you want to stay away from is questions that can get a no. Do you want to? No. Would you like to? No. Would you be interested in? Nope. Is there any reason that we couldn't get together and I could show you the product? You're not obligated anytime. If you hate it, that's okay. If you like it, I'll show you how to get some if you want it, or you'll just have a pampering session and you'll be putting the makeup on yourself. I'm not going to touch you, but you'll be able to see how it feels and how it looks. And then it's up to you whether you like it or not. It doesn't bother me. I'm just showing the product to you.
Yeah. And then it's easy to say yeah to that,
It is.
right?
It is. Why don't we get together? We should get together. You don't have to buy anything. Just let me, you know, show you how to fix up your face and you can go home and use your own product in the same method.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, I've loved being with all of you. I really have.
You loved it too. And the
Love
best thing you
Carrie.
said tonight, Carrie, was be who you are until you are who you want to be.
That's
I
right.
love that.
And we're always still working on that, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
God bless
Well,
you.
we all love you, and I want you to know this group of women on here, our Area 309, Jenny's unit members, my unit members, Patty's unit members, Janelle's unit members. We are so honored to have had you on here tonight, and we won't squander the things that you've taught us,
Well,
Carrie.
you're like my
We'll put them into
sisters or my
practice,
daughters, you know?
or all of the
Janelle's
above.
like my daughter, and you guys are like my sisters.
Yes, but we
Although you're
will
not old enough to be my
continue.
sister.
We're your sisters. We're your sisters. But we'll continue to make you proud of us. We'll
I know you
continue to
will.
work hard. We'll continue to honor you and Mary Kay, and we'll continue to pass the torch. And this is an amazing group of women. So look again, look at all of them because they really are something special.
I
They're
know.
amazing. They all have the heart of Mary Kay. They love Mary Kay.
Because it comes from you all.
Yeah, and we learned it from you. So you are
Pass it
responsible
on.
for much of this, Carrie. So thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you all. And I just feel very humble and proud.
We love you. We're so thankful for you.
Take care.
Okay, God bless you, Carrie.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
We love you all.
Good night,
God bless
ladies.
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Carrie.
Thank you.
Thank you. God
Thank
bless you all.
you.
Good night, ladies.
Good
Good night.
night.